sane sharap to na Jerum Jikus Samdan any Nipa to be a car sharap to be a race.
In attaining or receiving different wisdom from this practice, there are different forms or types of wisdom. Here we will talk of three, and the verse that you recite or that you do for chanting is the same verse as we said before. So beginning with the great wisdom, so one translation, great wisdom, and second clear wisdom, and third quick wisdom. Those three. Great wisdom is reciting the prayers, but focusing on the physical aspect of Lama Tsongkhapa's image, such as imagining immense size of his body.
That Chawari Rabza Chua Yung Rosa Rangi Be, Luvola Team, any Yan Yando and Be, Shrape, Miserable Lap Chambo, and the Thompsons and Mibache, any Troaki, those Chinite, Miss Masaya Res, those Chinita, Shrap Chava Site. Sungi Sal Chavarta, Sung, any Tadi Lebam or the Radi Gam or the Lebam Yores, Lebam de Jirumbachida, Chazan Lebam de Nepe. Samlutaje. Avata tells Lebam de la Ganden to be Lebam the Diore. There's some Dana degree or Sinani, Getomba, any Samdana digore, Rangi, any Kari, Logiana, Lord the Login be some of the Pejet Samdan Tani, any Dana digore, Sundus, the Sungunis, or that in the Gala, a chick, these Samadana, any Sung. The Jerum which is Sumbum Pudichop Gay or what I take it some time any chick young Charbat Bay, Mambo and a bear. This in about and take more than any really timber and tendigene, any sheriff salvo to be a gay. What that mean Canada, what I think it is.
Tango the coach in you at the song.
Aye. Which is Sungi Sal, Saban Zablas here. Sung Salary, Sung Mide.
The second, under the first one, and the great wisdom, when you visualize Lama Tsongkhapa's, so you can go from all range, smallest to the biggest size of Lama Tsongkhapa's body, and then you visualize kind of that body dissolving into your body, yourself, and then generating a sense of appreciation, and then kind of doing again and again in that processes with reciting the prayers. Second, clear wisdom. So the first is related with his physical aspect. Second, clear wisdom is related with the scriptures. If you look at Lama Tsongkhapa's image, you will see him kind of holding scriptural text in his hand, another hand holding a sword, and that text again, it depends on your practice. You can visualize those texts as whispered lineage traditions of Geluk or Gandemba, or you can visualize what we call the 8,000 text of perfection of wisdom. Or you can kind of visualize that with any text that at that time you are studying. Or you can use here, 18 volumes of text, Lama Tsongkhapa's own composition. So you can visualize those texts, and then kind of in your visualization, kind of get those texts falling on your body in the form of rains or in the form of nectars, and you kind of dissolving into your body and receiving all those, and then kind of with that visualization reciting or chanting the prayer.
Other Tindi Digala 시진인도 삼다에 야통바 삼다에 지단의 시진들라 아니 가위 юм스고 아래 юм세다 가르잖아 여자 무슨 송이 기름바죠 제연데가라 똥이 마도나 머리바 키고 말에 똥이 남도나 또 반송데 티니송데 아니 파파이게 레두고 아래 자외 세레두고 아래 와다 파파레두고 아래 간지 라세 파지 두니야게 세 와다 진년 년퇴레두고 아래 년퇴 남 장긴지나 년퇴 파파레두고 아래 라겔 남 장긴지나 라겔 파파레두고 아래 티진 남라 유근지나 티진에 배 파파레두고 아래 티기 유기생기 다 시진인 도데 나니 개통바데 코 야와데 들이 야유민사 어다 직소 두빌라밤신데 가든 얘기기 땅원에 투모마임베 담바 용을 마다 예즈메슬 라기 예사마레 어다 티티인디가라 가든 숭균라 가든 두빌라기 밤 숭요르데 제름부체게 아니베 어 차진 레밤데 아니베 랑 아니 로브종 제야데기 라밤도 삼다는 빼미서 야보여르데 여름치 양양 숭도 다때문에 저진에 랍자래 말한도 servo 매긴 차야돼 배잘단에 servo 작으로 와 인두가라 배잘 타고 와야 이두스 배자대 니베 이시라나라 배 두스 삼다 니베 디팀발라더니 servo 차송산에 셔럽 살로트 송산에 미바케 베이나 아니 직 양두스치니 지 셔럽 두상지 송과래 다 사번 잡쳐버려 잡아대 아니 지름부치 투가들 사범데 이게 맘지 삼다 마지 매강래 레고리와지 이게 맘이 들어서
8,000 verses, the Sutra of Perfection of Wisdom. Why this is here is this 8,000 verses is called as commonly the mother of the mother of Buddhist teaching, and the main content of that text is emptiness. The explicit content of the text is emptiness, and so understanding of emptiness, makes ignorance eliminate or destroy, eliminate. And once you attain understanding of emptiness, you become what is called a superior being or noble being, depending on the vehicle which you are in, such as hearers or solitary realizers or greater vehicle. And His Holiness often kind of advise, as said before, you visualize Lama Tsongkhapa's text in his hand, the same text that you are studying at that time. And then, because when we have doubt and suspicion and questions and not clear about understanding, we usually kind of refer back to the teachings and scriptures. And so you visualize, as said before, kind of those teachings, text dissolving or kind of entering your body. That kind of visualization is helpful in in attaining this second type of wisdom, clear wisdom. And then third is profound wisdom. Profound wisdom refers to the seed syllable of Lama Tsongkhapa, and that seed syllable is mam. In Tibetan way of writing, we write syllable ma, and then on top of that there is this dot which represents another ma, so it's a mam syllable at the heart of Lama Tsongkhapa.
어떻게 망보 차와를 잡던 중용루산 아니베 리시나바랑라 팀 아니베 수송하라 시럽 뱀베 잡아서 계속선 잡아서 대답에 시럽 띵니베 과 잡투에서 띵이 과 보투야게 띵리 시럽 질러시고 와래 어다 도스지네 시럽 tum나 어다 미즈만 등기 디숨 깡고 거네 tu나 시럽 두베 요래서 순고하래스.
So visualizing this mum syllable at the heart of Lama Tsongkhapa, again, when you recite prayer, you visualize, that falling of rain of mum syllable in all different kind of size, extremely, big as the king of mountain, and then smallest, and falling on yourself in the form of kind of rain, and then receiving this particular wisdom, profound wisdom. Profound wisdom is a wisdom that makes you to kind of really understand as the word itself, the profound or intense or deep meaning behind text or scriptures.
Oda dusena sharap sungmi batandande dusres. Ani chazin legal pagi jerumche pendunga legal dua lebam da radi. Tigiti samdade any be sharap dugina any karsa. Which is sungus sharap mule, which is sungus sabun zabla, chazing you. Oda chazing leral de samdane and be chekarsore. Chazin de qui jerumchita, guji, nuze, namza tigitire. Nuze, namza, gugitat, tigit, chazin tigit, samdane, sabin new at the two grace, sharp new at the two gores. What a tesunto.
And if you add to number 4, quick wisdom, to attain that kind of wisdom, you can focus upon Lama Tsongkhapa's, his monastic robe. His, if you look at the image, you can see what he's holding in his hand: sword and scriptures, and.
Nuse, Yongura, Jermuche. That by Kangai, Kuji Kangata, Chazin Karena, take it is something over Jermuche.
And whatever, possessions or that he holds in his hands, as I said before, that the lotus flower with scriptures, sword, and also, begging bowls that he carries.
Only the Pagi Ganden Lhagyama, ready the ready Korlu Samdane, Zubisher of Tibere. Zombalata, Sum Pagi Labum, Digala, Yundekin, Lepon the Samdane, Zombisher of Tu. Any little Zundune, Chebisher of Tu. And it's Zubadela and Be. Ready color samdane sharap to be raised soon to us. What a deuce in the gala? Kanji, Cheto Tosumi Sharap Chitan, Zabsan Nursungi Sharap to Deuce in Sunguares. See, Chipachigan means Masade race.
And so you can have this, two kind of threefold wisdom. The first threefold would be wisdom, great wisdom, clear wisdom, and then profound wisdom. And then next three would be wisdom of composition, wisdom of a debate, and wisdom of speech. And these three, in order to attain wisdom of these three, you can visualize for the debating, focusing on Lama Tsongkhapa's sword that he is carrying in his hand, or on the top of the sword you visualize spinning of the wheel, and visualizing his text. It can gain or use in gaining a wisdom of composition, and then wisdom of teaching or speech. You can combine the first two.
Other those DJ and Judra and Be Chikta Taki Ning Pemantaki those Chedigala, the Ma Duine Arapazadan, Mize Madan, Jermuch Sangayre, Umbazan, Sumanda in Ganasan, Samundra Shilbara City, who was the day, Tino Jermuchiki, and Sanga. Ringbutas on Rotumna, take it money, 민세마다 알아봤어도 배 단다 이신가기 삼로단에 아니 배 구바다 되는게 삼로단 마담 아니 잘라탄 저렇게 두스치네 아니 계속 매겐서 두스치네 삼로단에 아니 배 닝가도 마숨 아니 사랍군도 야와종가바 태조신이 무슨 집이 야외가 발람산등이래 까지좀 알다 보면 그렇지 세대네 배 소소다네 배 지르무지 뭐 열미지도 랑게 니라 그뒤나 지르무지 주주 어도 두스치네 아 제레스
And then kind of concluding this visualization practice, you visualize as before Lama Tsongkhapa in your heart sitting in the 8-petal lotus flower. Now in conclusion you visualize the closing of those 8 petals of lotus flower, and then kind of tied around by mantras of Manjushri, if can long mantras of Lama Tsongkhapa, and this prayer, and then you wrap with these strings of mantra and prayers, and then it becomes so smooth that you don't see any kind of cracks in closing of the lotus petals flower. And with that visualization, then you end with reciting this prayer throughout the string of my future lives. May Tsongkhapa, the victor, come to me and serve himself as my spiritual guide in the teachings of the greater way. So you visualize yourself kind of becoming one with Lama Tsongkhapa, and Tsongkhapa staying in your heart in all future lives.
tipeda yana gudin gone sonam saya cho saya la shibuji pendo yene degen chadiyore muni yana dinde jidin reme gone yore chipa chikyare rimbada tegete ani zambachibe gone yore ani jimbachindana sabu yedigala di dumdebo todebo ani tejuda ani pesharap tu yami pat susikyang tumna ani nobado yazante parchese ngutubjiya kanga ko tumde be dumdebo chadiyores yundu this kadina che soso ani be mizimari sadena ani be ge parchese tenten pengres.
So this practice through 7 limb or 7 branch practices, as said before, for accumulations of positive merits, purifications of obstacles, and this 7 limb practice, the one we said is related with Lama Tsongkhapa, and then there are same practices of Tara, also noble prayers, and in this practice you can conclude with visualization practice of Lama Tsongkhapa, and requesting or blessings of different kinds of wisdom. So when reciting this Lama Tsongkhapa prayer, it's always kind of helpful to kind of use these kind of visualizations in purifications of obstacles as well as accumulations of positive merits.
oda dusre ani ngazo ta chungdin gomben dedi gala keke koto me gala mizama saya de genge trezo ni saju gurda ngone gadan lagi ani jirmuchi 겨울무치 다니 képjena manige 참들 ngage tende wang tende na digala ta bagi densena lobjong chende kende degira misena de gadan lagi ma thang mi sar진도네 대주도 민세마 창고지잖아 아니 배 라게 고쳐야 그 된디기 민세는 거래 딘디가로 그 사주 첨부지에서 여름치다 깊지나 반이게 배기 이점 라이 자케 땅 먹어 니 고쳐 그 죄난도가라 그 진진 시부지 맞아 자가랑 뚝뚝 해야 차대 그래서
in monastery when just saying he was a small child without any understanding, but at that time his teachers used to kind of it's like making you to pay taxes. He has to memorize and recite this prayer, 100 deities of joyful realm, without knowing any meaning. And there's a great reason for that. And in the monastic, in the teachings in monastery, like His Holiness and two of his teachers, there's a tradition of making monks to recite one time the whole prayer of 100 deities of joyful land, and then later, recite one mala of this Lama Tsongkhapa's prayer, and that kind of that is used to substitute, front generations of meditational deities. So it becomes very kind of you can see the intensity or the power of this practice. So therefore, as said before, considered as a very blessed and sacred and powerful practice.
아니 다 간직이 군결마 결례지다 앞서 숨을 침발에 놓으시네 유월에 윤되는 원이 다 사점부 차대요래 아니 때가나 견한서 예나 좀 받아서 또 빼자신다네 다 님비갑 지름부지 밖에 나래 영엔데가라 다도 님비겠네 네 지름부지 뭐 개발 좀 받으니 믿으지 니는 게 소사 스디가라 밖에 샤바도 솔로일 가래나 티칸다 가나이나 차사에 연락없다 차사에 인배 파인다 되게 루일도 차트 보지 말고 벌도 삼당 거래 샤바치도 가는 님부터 지고는 샤바치 상태도 배양 밖에 티디 턴다 디 인스네 고 삼당 토바지 주나 디니 제름 비신 단단디 사기나 등기나 되니 또 수조하지 레그레스 펜도 용그레스 어디도 쓰는 삼당 거야 배게 침벌이 아니 간쟁 야네도 사 도스체 파르체스통야라 솔라테난디 초고레 제름부체네 베 차라 체붐제네 아니 체붐바남네 아니 차냠자체 체붐바남 덴디지 삼다데 제름부 삼다네 미즈마 사게나 체불란 팽거레 제 친지마즈 리어레 메아테니 균마레 와서 도스지가 가레이나 제름부체고네 부디지 디어레 레촌 땀이다 제야게
Whether it was successful or not, we spent, he said he spent 3 weeks trying to explain this short text and visualization, and practice through or of 7 limb or 7 branch practices, and what you have got from this short teaching. On top of that, you can add other additional, understanding from other text reading and looking for other resources. And through him, definitely, he, as he said before, there is a transmission or lineage continuation from him. And when you recite these, prayers such as prostration or confession, it is important to kind of not just simply kind of dry recitation. As soon as you recite the particular verses, immediately it is kind of good to have understanding in your mind what is this supposed to be mean, and how you should be contemplating. And so with that kind of understanding, reciting again and again, making these part of your practices, as said before, can have all kinds of benefits: purification of obstacles, removal of obstacles, and there's also a practice where you visualize Lama Tsongkhapa in the meditation posture, hand palm together and holding a vase of longevity. And when you visualize that, there is a receiving of long life blessing. So there's actually entire one volume which involves all kinds of these kind of practices, using this prayer, Lama Tsongkhapa's image, and using for different kinds of purposes and ritual practices.
미세분간은 들붐 두비야요래 미세분은 참배죄야는 거래 미세분은 너바도야다 되게 유로바 어떤 참미라 죄야래 되고니.
And just by this prayer, Miktima, they are different, as said before, can perform for different purposes: for long life, for purification of obstacles, for gaining or accumulations of wealth, and even asking for rainfall in needed time.
너도나 쳔디 겔진 프로세스다 인레인 타나 미네비 냥데 투야게 람 차상지 디네 땡용디가라 다기 공도 주시 탑시 중들 람지 땡용디가라 다 미미고로 쳔디기 바기 에 너발도야도 돈다 충충으로 와 주야 예디 깨지게 담아요.
And so this short practice can use, as said before, for all kinds of necessities that is for this lifetime. Not only that, the ultimate objective is to attain highest enlightenment. And when you look at that high long-term objective of enlightenment, the necessities of this life become something very trivial, something unimportant. So of course, those small things can accomplish when you are looking for the long-term objective.
아니 다 합사 제마데 바기 니어레 니지 가레니 지도아 대체데 바이 추세요 마레스 데디니 합다니 지가 캘리포니아 두고요 간정아요 마레 간지 september nala 인진지도 대자대니 배양견한 좀 인세마 사기나다 가르치기나 오늘 야보아래 아니 단진 디제마 september나 양결 단진도 단진데 야랑한디도 나디 되가랑 아주 초지다 나스 등원에 랍침보아래 다디데 손음 규체 첨보아래 아니 견한저 대전 소송 아마니 랜디 냠뉴 용이 있나 대전 소송으로 된데 갑다 랭기나 뒤지고네 고향 개발 첨보지래 뒤들 단진 인진인데 붐규르 다니 배 된딘 줘요. 딘디가 이렇게 채고도 손은 랍첨부 사두나 랍첨배가 랍첨부 차고 왔어. 벤다요레스.
정말 되는데 가려고 지금 인제 가는 jir라서.
라 주마 덴데나라 컴패션 시티네 지속인서데 지 바기 시티지 속에서라.
근데 계절 도그래.
만 로거사.
네. 사카리 뱀바니 말아.
자베 니미니 말.
네. 진짜요 말아. 감진다요 말아.
진짜요 말아. 때는 바기 배나. ngandim chuzu tangpo ji ndo ni tenam ba shirkya phaya man
ale onde nga yongu ore
phena ya git
kawalre
nga tanda hakumaso siti downtown te vaji insar di khonso ka jiti ngai tanam di direction te
so you're saying next week there's no teaching he was invited to one of the event in downtown on Compassionate City so we won't have that
tanda di sanni chargini kondi chige sarate ama karsa ngaso bilge kemiwa o kondi chige sar
so saying that it was organized by St. Luke's Church, Lynn, and so some of you know her. And then after that, 2 weeks, Geshe-la said he won't be here. But in between that, there is a time of one solar eclipse, which is good for practice. And also in same September month, there is another lunar eclipse, and these are considered as auspicious good time for practice and can be beneficial in kind of multiplying accumulations that you do. So it would be good to have a practice of like we finished today, the practice of Ganden Lhagyama, 100 deities of joyful rhythm, and also good time for those who want to receive or practice Mahayana, purification and restoration vows, because of the significance of the time. It can, as said before, it has the effect of multiplying 100,000 times. So it would be good time to engage in those kind of practices.
어떻게 냠랭원에 체내 냠랭 중에 체든 두바 냠랭인데도 다 된디게 에네 다와 선진데 니마 선진이로 구데 거래. 뒤뒤 싸우마치 카체 거. 오네 니적인 달라 빼 또바케야라 쉬우지 펜더 용거래. 이 겸거는 뭐 정말 디 루기즈 세야마 오네 중거래. 겸거는 뭐 저밖에 아마 캐나다 뜨거운 안전 안 되갈라. 간지 정말 다와 선진이오네. 경고는 비 상고는 배 우구 유산 좋았고는 유 카가 연구도 송도와 와서 땡디기 땡땡 냠냠 방원에 대해서 되게 연구를 당가당 안 아버지 잠깐만 제가 냠누면 되긴지라 용해요 말아 이나 땡땡이깔라 뒤 고갑 땡디 징이나 손음 랍첨버로 손음 수수 간지 손음 랍첨부시 사두고라 무슨 영영화 맡았나요 데펜도야 돼 ngo니 라타르머진에 소아테베 인스케나 소주 주주와자이 때문에 땡디 고갑 징야데 pen 미스베 첨버레스
So for Buddhist practitioners with high realizations or good realizations, they use these kind of they wait for this kind of auspicious time of eclipse, and it makes as I said before, a big difference. Practitioners they waiting for this makes a big difference in terms of their meditation, able to open the central channel and therefore attain different kind of realizations. And His Holiness one time mentioned about this in his teaching, on which when he was doing practice on this auspicious days, he had
두른도 두고 완전한데 정의자대 밖에 왕지바 가르사단다 rimba tonjo sargi wanda wang jiba nang du kala any pe solar eclipse wanda wanda pe ta wang muji ta wana ya ti ta ta ke shangni ugu gwa da mandaji do so songdo turondo tukoro wanjen na kablere.
And His Holiness mentioned this during one of his Kala Chakra teaching in Toronto, when giving actual empowerment. That day was the same day of this solar eclipse, and so he was saying it's complete different experiences in kind of the channel and how it works, and how he experienced kind of inhaling. So therefore it's hard to have this kind of experience for ordinary people like him, but he want to make this request to kind of practitioners to use this kind of occasion for your own benefit.
Tini yang kasan de jaten saya yungen tuzo tari chepke konla nga tari ngisepke tini nga pando tari ngisepke ngla kiranso to yungen tuzo nga phone na labna digre nga labro chada ene ngi domne ngisepke la tanam la pa tiche nga re sa ge te kanche te sa gyo kanga to sene pa puro gore ngisepke la pitu chana tin gordo res.
So if you are reciting any of the mantras that we announced before for long life of His Holiness, you said you should inform him before 28th of this month, because at the end of month we have to submit back to the office of Tibet. So if you have any, and Krishna said he is reciting those mantras, if you have, you should inform before 28th of this month.
아니 nga me kadla keso gom gya 대소도 rancha 되는데 아니 키노도 되 곰자 되잖아 고네 kadine 치지마서 내지래 아니 빼 야버레스 간진 디나 곰자나 니다 펠두 망보지 군디지 되어래 디네로 망보지를 갈래 잡네 미 망보라와 잡제 우주 잡네 디제데 빼셔도 녀겨도 말데 우주로 니슈스란지 잡래 가실라 데 레라바지 라야지 말해 아니 디요나 셈기지데 코난데 말해 벨동 되게 진례비어래. 아니 소신 냠는 지적이나 뱅기어래. 간지 디 던진 요디 가는 디 요네 강가 루루제 자라즈에네 강가 미즈마 사다는 펜도 빼 첨보여래. 섬거도스. 아니 자참. 뒤지. 뭐더니 만데등이 주고 디참 살선나도 로츠로 될lemne 만데드 셔고 섬거도스. 디 강가 소남 사야 되지.
So when he is not here, it would be good for your practice to use this place for your practice. And this place, like I said, for meditation, it will remain, of course, open. And there are some very sacred and rare relics that he spent almost 20 years, trying to get, and we have some of those here. And because of those relics and all, images and sacred object, the place becomes especially blessed, and it makes a big difference in kind of, for your practice. So it would be different kind of feeling. So it would be nice to have that kind of gathering, and you can practice your, the practice that we just finished reciting and going through those practice. And after coming back from his break, Ashila said he will go through practice of mandala offering. We'll stop here for today.
Kare rave kurve jingam pendang dewa malin jung Chere ziwan tenzin gyatso yi shake size pato tenjo che Ramba pawe chitara kemba Kundu zambo tenyang tejin du teta kungi jesu Dewan dita tamze rabdo Tisum shebe gyawa tamche Ngo kanga chato nga padang La jengebe tawa digun ya Zambo cheche rabdo ngo
In the lion and the silk of our snow-white mountains, the source of all happiness and benefits, flows no person generously attains into us who remain into the samsara ends, just as the Bodhisattva Manjushri attain omniscience and Samandhabhata too. So now I do dedicate these merits to train and follow in their footsteps. As all the victorious Buddhas of past, present, and future, praise, dedication, their supreme. So now I do dedicate this source of my merits for all things to prophetic actions.